One more round of applause for my man Jake here, and he's gonna help us out. He was our model about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and he was all for the mullet, and it looks like it's sticking to you, huh? I kinda like it. See what I mean? So first step, what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna grab some more con man, and all I'm gonna do is add it to his hair. So right now, I can add it to his hair and use it as a cutting aid. And as you see, I'm already applying it to the back. Since I had some in my hand, I want to be able to apply it all over his hair. So it's applied to the crown. Now, if you guys know, we can use the con man as a styling aid, and I recommend to all of my male clients, even female clients, sometimes we don't want to put product in our hair, but we need our hair healthy. So I recommend to all my clients, listen, if you don't want to apply any pomade, if you don't feel like styling it today, where he might want to style it on a Friday night, he might want to style it on a Sunday morning. That's okay. He doesn't have to have the same look and same style, and that's what we're going to get into. But what I do recommend, if you just want to walk out of the house, right now, all I did was apply the con man. He can style it with his fingers. It already became hydrated. It's healthier, and it smells good, so now it's not bed hair. But what we can do is we can also style it when needed. You have the wet brush right here, right here. So now all I'm going to do is grab my GIBS grooming wet brush and begin to create some volume with it. So if he wants to style it a little different, he can use the con man in his hair quick and effectively to try to create some volume for it.
And he's also creating tension with the wet brush by back brushing it.
And it still keeps it playable. The key to that is, one thing I always recommend you guys do during the service is asking the client what they do for a living. Because that's going to distinguish what type of product you want to put in his hair to see how long you want it to last. Certain people like the hard hold with the style, and that's when we concentrate on more brawler. But certain people just want their hair to flow throughout the day. So right now, we have volume, we have a style, and we don't have a crazy hold, but we have the volume that we were looking for. So he doesn't need too much. And with the mullet, he can keep the back hydrated and healthy, and he can keep the back playable as well. But I want to go into a different look. I want to give him some texture. You ready for some texture?
Oh, I'm ready for some texture.
I'm ready for some texture. So now we're going to go back into our mechanical shears using our backhand clipper cutting technique. I know you guys are familiar with this technique, but I'm going to run it past you real fast. Key to this is finding a very simple tool to use. As you saw, Skills was using the Master. The Master is great because it's short at the bottom, but it's a little boxy. I know some of you ladies have smaller hands. So I'm going to recommend the Envy. The Envy is a lot more narrow and super lightweight. I can hold this clipper with 2 fingers. Since I can hold the clipper with 2 fingers, I can now hold my comb with the other 3. I now have 3 hands. See, you're special individuals. With those 3 hands, you can concentrate on controlling the hair and using your backhand clipper cutting technique. So once again, teeth are facing out, back's facing me, and I want to have the lever closed. And also by having the fade blade on it, it's able to cut it a lot finer. No one wants to use dull shears when you're trimming hair, right? So I do not want to use a dull blade. So I'm going to turn that clipper on.
Let me ask you, if they didn't have a fade blade, could they do this with the regular one?
You can use the regular one, but as you see, I'm going to put this on my finger. It's going to glide right across, and it's not leaving one hair behind. And what I recommend, as soon as you get to that second knuckle, is you're not supposed to go past it. I go past it, and I turn my clipper so I can get that last darn hair. How many of us have been trying to service someone, try to get that last darn hair, and bang, all of a sudden you got a beauty mark right there, right? I know, we all got them. So this way, we're using a lot less first aid kits, and in my opinion, I can move a lot faster using this technique and being just as effective.
So if you were teaching, about how long do you think it would take for you to do this technique on him?
A minute, maybe 2. You know, it all depends on how long the hair is. It all depends on the style that I'm looking for. So if I were to have the last model in, his hair was a lot longer, so I might take a little longer. And also, we didn't already have the haircut set, and that's what I mean. The last model was a clean canvas. It was brand new. So creating that structure is going to take you longer than most of the haircut. Here we already have the base. We have the structure. He got the mullet 2-3 weeks ago. So now all we have to do is fine tune it. What I'm going to do, we already had the partition in the back and on the sides, so I can only concentrate on the crown and give him the effective texture that I'm looking for. So now I'm just going to go back and cross-check.
So this technique right here, for someone that might have never done it, how long do you think it would take them to get
your first time ever trying this? Will you be nervous? Absolutely. First time you try this, will you be effective? Yes, but it might take you longer. So I highly recommend trying this technique on a mannequin head first. You can try it all the way around, start with it long, then work your way down in the sizes so you can build the comfort. But key is building the comfort of holding the clipper and the comb in hand first. It's similar to when you're using shears. Some of us have to put our shears upside down so we can learn how to work our shears without using both blades. We don't want to chop. So same thing when it comes to this. You don't want to chop, so you want to take your time. So learn off of the mannequin head first, and once you find it fun and comfortable, you're going to zip through this haircut, and the client's going to love the haircut, and you're going to make it more fun for yourself. And that's what I like. I've been behind my chair for 22 years, so education is key to me. Staying coachable is very important, and learning new techniques and styles I love to do. I love watching people cut hair. When we were doing a photo shoot last week, Skills was in the corner cutting hair, and whenever I didn't have a model in the chair, what was I doing? I was standing there watching him. I like to see his techniques, I like to see his systems, and I loved watching him style hair. I brought that back to New Jersey with me, and I can apply that to my clients. So guys, this is the best part. You're learning from different educators from all over the world, but in your state, in your city, you're the most important person that they need. So bring all of these assets and techniques into your circle, and trust me, your chair will stay spinning.
And not everyone's going to have a mannequin to practice on, so family members work really well too.
Also, if someone's looking to cut their hair down, I say this to people that always ask me about designs. I want to learn how to do designs. Whenever you have somebody in the chair that's getting a bald fade, practice at the bottom first, and you're going to shave it right off. So if someone's looking to trim their crown down or cut their hair short, before you chop it down, hey, let me practice my backhand clipper cutting, and then you can go back down and give them a full haircut. So now you're learning your techniques, you're practicing on a live model, not just a mannequin, but also we can find the cheaper mannequin heads, try to find the ones without the beards. This way you can just practice on the hair, even the bottom at the bob. Our last model, I used the same clipper, practicing on the bob, so you can start with the sections. So if someone comes in, lady comes in and she wants her ends cut, you can do just her ends. If you want to go up and chop an inch, 2 inches off, even if you want to use both hands, build the stability, build the comfort, and now maximize what you're able to offer because you're versatile using your mechanical shears and your regular shears.
And don't get discouraged. It'll probably feel awkward at first because it's so different than what you do on a normal day-to-day basis.
But the key is, once again, you're going to find your way. As you see, before I had 2 fingers in the back, 3 fingers holding the comb. Now I switched it. I'm holding the whole clipper with my thumb, my pointing finger, and I have these here. I just found a different versatile way. Now I'm comfortable. So I'm not saying my way is the only way. Absolutely not. My way is a way, Skills' way is a way, and the way you do it is going to be your way. I just need you to find your comfort zone in it, and once you find your comfort zone, you're going to be very comfortable flying around, chopping that hair down, texturizing and styling using your mechanical shears. You're going to be a lot more efficient, cut time, and you're going to make a lot more money. Trust me. So now we already cross-checked, but I want to create some texture. I love creating texture with my clippers. I feel like the point cutting comes out a lot better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hair and just start to come down and notch it. I can go directly to my fingers, but now you have to figure out how much you want to notch. That's just the tips. But if you want to go a little lower, bring out a little more hair and start to chop away.
I definitely brought that one back to my shop with me because I definitely sliced my finger point cutting.
There's no way you're going to point cut this fast and efficient with shears without putting a Band-Aid on your finger after. And that's something we don't want to do. We don't want to do anything like that, especially in the times we're in now. So the more effective you are, the more efficient you are, the more sanitary you will be, and your client's still getting a great look. And once again, you're finding a new fun way of doing something you've been doing, but now you're enjoying it a little more.
Yeah, it's like styling in itself.
Or even if you've seen A lot of guys do the gliding, right? So right now I'm combing his hair this way. I'm gonna take my clipper, and once again, try this on a mannequin head first. Just the corner of my blade, ready?
A channel cut. Now how far are you going into the hair right there?
I'm not even touching the scalp. I'm gliding across the top, ready? Hair was coming off. So now we're gonna comb it the other way. And if you feel as if you need both hands, do so.
So what you're saying is anything you could do with a shear, you could do with
Mechanical shears.
mechanical shears.
Like I said, hair was flying off. I'm not doing it just to look cool, it actually works. And here with this hair dry, you can see all of the texture that I've already applied in it. So now we want to style it. So my product of choice right now is going to be our original Outlaw. You guys are familiar with our pomades, and even sometimes I will cocktail our pomades. We have the Rico Bandito, which is a higher hold and a higher shine. Then we have the OG, which is a medium hold with a medium shine. The Outlaw is a matte finish. So since I'm gonna have the texture, I really don't wanna have too much of a shine. And this is a clay, so I'm gonna grab the back end of this, so we're not using the same tool. Applying a small amount, putting it in my hands, and you see the hair is dry. I didn't apply anything to it. The con man was in it before, but I blow dried it out. I was able to use it as a cutting aid. I applied the texture. Now, if I want the texture to be down, I can. And the best part of it being dry is you can manipulate it. So when you see people with this texture, they're not using combs because the comb is just gonna make it finer.
So you're not putting it all
No
into
way.
the scalp.
No way. As you see, I'm just playing with it. I have tons of products still in my hand, so that fingernail that I used was even more than needed because I'm not applying it everywhere. I will put it just a tad bit here behind the ear so it won't go forward. We're keeping it back. And it also helps as a styling aid too, so the back isn't just laying down. So it's giving the back more of like texture, and you have tons of texture in the top, in the crown. And once again, here with the hairline, you can manipulate it with whatever you want to do. You want some up, you want some down, we can do that.
And because the hair was dry when you put it in, it's a dry
Absolutely.
look, a matte look.
And now what I recommend, guys, always recommend, never overuse product. As you saw, I had a little bit of Outlaw, I had some product in my hand. If you ever want to, you can just add water to your hands to reactivate it, or I add some Hitman to my hands. 3 sprays. I can now bring that product back. So now I wanted volume in his hairline and begin more of like a frohawk, foxhawk look. I can now part the hair where needed, get the volume in the crown, and now start working that texture in.
Still not once using a comb.
Not one time.
There's no easier style for a guy to do than a messy look. All you need, your tools are built in.
So here you go, guys. Now, if you wanted volume, that was one look. He wants it down, that's another look. If he wants to just get up and go, he can grab the comment, that's another look. That's 3 different looks using only 2 products. And his hair is shorter now, so it's gonna be easier for him. Using that product helped me now move the back out. He didn't even get a haircut. All he got was a hairstyle and a little trim up top, and he already looks like a whole different person. How you feeling, bud?
Feeling great. Oh yeah.
Have you got lots of compliments since you had your mullet?
Oh yeah. People love it. Yeah, it's a good time.
So last one, as Skills did before, he locked it all in with the brawler. With him, normally I would leave it that way. But if you have the client that wants a small hold, they really like the texture that you applied, because this is actually pretty fun to do, and it's very hard for them to do at home. My clients tell me all the time, Danny, I can never get my hair to look exactly the way you do it. I know you can't. You're not me, and that's why I have job security. But my goal is to have you try to get it as close as possible. Bring out that haircut, Be my moving billboard, because I love when my clients walk around in public and say, Danny, I got so many compliments off my haircut, and did you tell them where to find me? Absolutely I did. That's the best business card and marketing tool right now or ever, in my opinion. People like to look good and feel good, and trust me, it works. So now grab a little bit of brawler. I don't need a lot. A few little sprays. Now he's locked in, and now he can walk around rocking all this texture throughout the day. Wind blowing, moving around, ripping and running through the streets. He's got the hold, he's got the business in the front, he's got the party in the back, but he's got a little bit of texture and style in there, so it made it a little more fun. Hope you guys enjoyed that one as well, and if anybody has any questions on this one, feel free to let us know. What you like about that, Skills? How you about that?
No, that's sexy. That's that millennial business in the front. That gig worker.
And as you see, if I move his hair down a little bit, you can see all of that texture we created using our mechanical shears. I just love the way I'm getting texture from my shears. I've tried it so many different times, and all of my clients actually really love it. So it's something different and new you could bring into the stores. And even your client, if you've been servicing them for quite some time and you actually show them a new technique, they're gonna sit in the chair like, wow, what are you doing? And you, with that passion, with this type of energy, with that smile, and say, hey, I took this class by these two amazing guys. They taught me this new technique that I'm dying to try, or don't tell them you're dying to try, tell them you've tried it before and you want to try it on them. And with that confidence and that comfort and that delivery, they're going to say, go right ahead. And when you get this outcome from it, you're going to say, wow, that was great. And then they're going to wonder why you didn't do that all the time. And trust me, it's going to be a new technique, a new system, and it's going to cut a lot more time, efficient, and get this outcome.